Today's date is June 2nd, exponential function. Review day 4, transformations and shifts. So y equals a times b to the x. This is the parent function. This function right here, y equals a times b raised to the x plus c plus d, is, the function that has shifts. This one controls how much it's up or down. The c controls how much it moves to the left or right. A is the starting value, and b is your rate. Graph the function and compare the function to the parent functions y equals 1.10 to the x. Describe the transformation that occurs. Determine the domain and range for each function. So my parent function is going to be y equals 1.1 to the x. My transformations, there's two ways of going about it. First thing I'll do is I'll graph my parent function, and I'll graph these two functions. So I know I have something going on the outside. I know it's going to go up or down. My parent function is y equals 1.1 to the x. Y equals 1.1 to the x plus 5. Y equals 1.1 to the x minus 1. So I got y equals 1.10 to the x. And this is it. It's a normal exponential growth function. Now let's compare it to the other function. So we'll compare it to 1.1 to the x plus 5. So the only difference is it shifted up 5. So instead of 0, 1, plus 5 makes it 0, 6. It'll be 1, 6.1. Versus 1, 1.1. This function goes all the way to the right and all the way to the left, as does this function. So I know my function has a domain of all real numbers, both of them. All exponential functions actually do. Now let's take a look at the range of this function. If I go all the way to the left, it looks like this guy tries to approach 5. And as I go to the right, so it actually increases, y also increases, so it goes to infinity. So from the left side, this guy tries to go to 5. From the right side, this guy tries to go all the way to infinity. Let's take a look at this guy. As x gets smaller, y tries to get to -1. As x gets bigger, for my other function, it looks like it gets bigger, so it tries to approach infinity. So I know my range, because my range is my y values. So my domain, range. So my domain for this guy is all real numbers, or -infinity to infinity. My range, this guy tries to approach 0, but never gets really to 0, and goes to infinity. Now, let's take a look at this guy. So the domain, and the range, domain, and the range. The domain of this guy in all my exponential functions is all real numbers, or -infinity to infinity. The range, if I recall correctly, this function tries to approach 5, but never really gets to. And then from the right side, it keeps increasing, so it goes all the way to infinity. This one right here tries to get to -1, but doesn't really get to. Tries to get there, but it doesn't. And it goes all the way to infinity. Let's take a look at my other function. So I have 1.1 to the x plus 3 and 1.1 to the x minus 4. 3 minus 4. So let's take a look at our parent function. This one in green. Now let's take a look at the plus 3. So that one looks like it's going to be shifted 3 to the left because negative 3 plus 3 makes 0. 1.1 to the 0 will make 1. And that's correct. Let's test out. So this one's shifted 3 to the left. Let's check out this guy, the x minus 4. He is shifted 4 to the right because 4 minus 4 makes 0. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. And there you go. They all look like they have the same, they approach the same y value, and they have similar approaches for they have similar approaches for y values on the right side too. As x increases, y increases. So I can tell you the domain, range. So for the domain, it's all real numbers like it is for all absolute value function or all exponential functions. The range doesn't shifting to the left or right does not change the range whatsoever. So it tries to go to 0 but doesn't get there, and it also tries to go to infinity. The domain, the range. So the domain is all real numbers, so negative infinity to infinity. The range is not really impacted by the left to right shift. It goes from 0 to infinity. Contact me if you have any questions. You can contact me via email, via Google Classroom, Remind, or from office hours. Exponential functions with other functions tomorrow. I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful day. Stay safe. Mr. Uthman is out. Bye.